Good morning. Good morning, Snowball. So actually I've been up for a little bit. I just cooked some breakfast up and I just sort of wanted to talk through what was going on today because basically I didn't mean to like that. I wanted to document the process of what I am going through. I wish that I'd done this for nursing school and the nursing school application process, but I decided that I would do it here now for the CDC process. I am applying to the PHAP, so the Public Health Associates program, and today is my interview day. It is at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern, and it's 8:36 right now. So I'm just gonna eat breakfast really quickly, change, listen to some upbeat music just to get me feeling excited, and decompress a little bit before the interview, which again is in 24 minutes. Do you think I have enough time? Now I am sitting down and in the seat that I'm going to be in for the meeting. The meeting starts in 9 minutes. I'm probably going to go in at about 5 minutes early just to make sure that there are no like internet audio issues. Good thing it's on Zoom. I feel pretty familiar with how Zoom works, so that's nice. But I am feeling pretty nervous now that I'm sitting down. It does look a little crazy on camera. It looks I'll show you. It looks very exposed. Sorry that my room's a mess. I literally just turned around my desk and so now I moved everything and it's horrific. But my shirt looks really exposed, especially when I have the light on me, which was what I was doing so that like it could capture me well, but yeah, we'll see. My heart just started racing. Okay, I'm getting nervous now. My heart is racing. I just sat down. Ooh. Okay, so decompressing after the interview. Oh, okay. Is it gonna stay there? I'm gonna sit at an angle so it looks like it's straight. The interview was not as bad as interviews that I've had in the past. There were no like curveball questions, nothing weird. It was all like star situational questions. I think that I messed up because I didn't use personal examples in every answer, just because the way the question was phrased was like, how would you deal with this? And I really should have named like a time that I dealt with it and how I dealt with it, but I sort of just explained like how I would do something like that. I think that's like a faux pas on my part. My interviewer was fantastic. She was so nice and very encouraging and authentic, I would say. I think that I had a lot of pauses in my statements, but I don't think that it made too big of a difference. It was sort of just me, like how I am now, gathering my thoughts. I'm now at work. I just drove here after the interview, but I did just get in a fight with my mom about the program. So at the same time as me going through this interview process, I also applied for one nursing program. It was my dream program, and my dream school basically, and I just applied to one and I was like, I'm not gonna get in, I'm just gonna work, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna work for a year and then take my like gap year and then apply again. Unfortunately I was accepted into the program, the nursing program, and so we got in a fight about what I should do, and she really is of the belief that I should not take the CDC offer if they give me one, and it feels a little unfair because it's not her life. At the same time, I think she's just trying to do, quote, do what's best for me, and so it's tough to be really angry. I'm not really mad at her, I'm just frustrated, I think, with her not understanding where I'm coming from. So yeah, I don't know. I have a lot to think about today. Hey guys, I think that I recorded at the end of May because I had been looking at the boards the discussion boards, and had seen that everybody had received their acceptances in one wave. The CDC doesn't send out rejection letters for PHAP, and so I just sat sort of thinking that I had been rejected, with the understanding that I could be like an alternate. It's now August. It's August 8th today, and so I know that it can like go all the way throughout October, which is when the program starts, and so I technically still had a chance, but I had been operating off the idea that I'd been rejected. Yesterday, I saw an email that I received on Thursday at 2 p.m. With an offer. I was matched to Tennessee, Nashville, for a COVID placement. COVID-19 being my topic area. Super excited, first of all. Second of all, during my interview, they had actually asked me if I wanted to do a COVID placement, and I said that my preference was actually no, which makes this part easier, even though Nashville sounds amazing, and this is such an amazing opportunity, and I'm super grateful, and I would be really excited about it. I actually didn't respond in time because I didn't check my email, and so you needed to respond by Friday at 9 a.m., I believe, to accept or deny the offer in the PHAP system. I actually saw the email on Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific, and so I didn't get the option when I logged into my my web portal. So I think effectively I denied the offer, which was, I think in hindsight, sort of where I was heading anyhow, because I'm really happy with my decision to be in school right now, and to continue my education. So part of me is sad that like I have missed this fantastic opportunity. It is so cool. The other part of me is like really satisfied and happy with where I am. So that has been the PHAP journey. It has ended in such a funny way that is like so classically me. I wish I could like bring you along for more, but I don't really think that there is more. I think that I could probably reach out on Monday and see if the position is still like looking for a match, but I probably won't be doing that. I'm just happy to have been able to enroll and maybe take part in it. Okay, so I'm adding this video in post because I think that maybe a timeline for people would be appreciated. At least I know that I would have really liked knowing what was coming more specifically. And of course, things are subject to change, I think, quite a bit between application processes. But here's what happened in the 2021 application process. Essentially, in early January, the job application opened on usajobs.gov, and I applied then. And then on March 19th, I received my invitation to write a personal statement, which was due on the 29th. So there was a pretty short turnaround for when statements were due. So I submitted it, and then on April 23rd, I received my invite to interview. I scheduled a time for the 6th of May, and actually interviews opened the week that they sent out the invites, like closer to the end of the week. And the interview process took 2 weeks, so those were the only dates that were available. The interview was supposed to last about an hour to an hour and a half, and I think mine ended up being pretty short. It was about an hour with questions and answers included at the end. I think that a lot of people had similar experiences with me. I thought that my interviewer was pretty nice. She wasn't like overtly warm, but I don't think that she was cold or like dismissive at all. On June 6th, I found out that the first and only actually wave of acceptances went out. So that started on May 21st, and then it went over the course of a few days. I found out about a week later, and I thought that I was rejected because I didn't hear anything. Essentially, because they don't send out rejection letters. I had read on the forms that this year, 2021, the CDC was only doing one wave of primaries, as opposed to the past where I think they've done waves. The helpline was pretty clear at times that they were only doing, it was pretty confusing actually. So from what the helpline said, it sounded like they were just doing the one wave this year, with the understanding that if people reject, and there are a lot of people who deny the offer, you can be placed as an alternate, and that in my case, what I think occurred was that maybe new positions opened up, because on August 5th, like 3 whole months later, I received an email on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with my placement. I was matched in Nashville, Tennessee for a COVID placement, and I needed to respond in the FEMS system by Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I feel like you know where this is going, guys. But I mean 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I didn't see that email, actually, and so by the time, I was 12 hours late, so by the time that I saw it and I went into the portal, it actually closed, and I couldn't do anything. I considered calling them to see if I could, take the offer, but I'm actually, pretty happily in nursing school right now, and so I decided against it, essentially. But I really hope that someone who really enjoys the position and is excited for the position got it, and that they're doing good work out there, because in October, actually, it'll be a couple weeks, in October, placements are supposed to start. So I think the general understanding is that once it opens in May, you can really get placed for the next 5 months before everything starts, essentially. Yeah, the whole process has been really interesting and exciting, and I'm super thankful for the learning experience, and we'll see if I come back to it again maybe in the future, but at the time, that is the end of my PHAP journey. I think some tips in closing would be: 1, check your emails. 2, keep up with the forums in the studentdoctor.net network. People are really communicative in there, and you'll find a lot of company who, typically if you're applying to this program, it's people who are going through very similar situations as you, and it's really, I think, good for processing through the experience to go and read and comment maybe on those posts. It also helps you clarify sort of when you look in the past years, what you can expect the process to be. 3, I'd say consider why you want to do this and why you specifically are a really good fit for this program. I think that it's really geared towards finding people who will fit really, really well into the scenarios that they provide. So with that, practice your STAR situational questions and really consider how you respond and how you have responded in the past and what you will do or have done to answer those questions. And then 5 is so cheesy, but be patient and trust the process. The whole process can be really confusing, and it feels like the people who should have the answers don't always have the answers that you want, or clear good answers maybe even, and it makes the whole process a lot less stressful, a lot more fun when you aren't terrified of everything that's about to come, or waiting every second. So be consistent, but be patient with everything. And I guess 6, have a backup plan. It's so competitive, and the timeline is really long, and I think consider, it's a paid 2-year internship, but the grading scale for the pay is kind of low, and you have to relocate, and there's no stipend for relocation, and so really consider all the factors going on in your life before just jumping in. It's it's a huge decision to make. So yeah, those were all my tips. Good luck, everybody. If you have any questions, you can leave them below. I'll try to answer them to my knowledge. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Anyway, thanks. Good luck, guys. Bye.